Yo, fix my camera here. Sucks. I hate it. It sucks. Ah! Whatever. That's fine. Hello and welcome to the Overly Critical Hyperanalytical Movie Club. I'm your boy Wolfie, and I'm here as always with Matavius,
Playing with toys.
Matastravius, playing with the alien toy. Very apropos distraction there for this viewing audience. Happy Alien Day, everybody. Woo!
Happy Alien Day!
You may be asking yourself, what the heck makes it so special that it's Alien Day? Well, I didn't know this until today, actually, but Alien Day has been designated April 26th. Matty told me about it. Let me catch my breath. And it's because it's a day that Alien fans like to celebrate the Alien movies. And it's on April 26th in particular because it's reference. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Sorry, that's I'm trying to stall for time.
I can bring my toy back out. He's not far away.
Yeah, let him frighten the audience. Oh man, my pages froze here.
Hold on. Let me play with him a little bit.
Hold on, I'm getting to it. This page is just not loading up. So, yo, we out here. I'm my.
There we go. His little tongue comes out. It takes a little while.
Nice. Okay. As stated, Alien Day was created by a sci-fi subculture of people who wanted to honor not only the Alien film series. The first unofficial Alien Day was celebrated in the spring of 2015 by a group of folks in Brooklyn, New York, USA, apparently. This is from a website called Days of the Year, Alien Day. The nice. Choice of the date itself holds meaning. 426 refers to the designation of the moon in the first Alien film, LV-426.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's the name of the moon where the xenomorphs are discovered in the 1979 original by Ridley Scott. So we're celebrating Alien Day up out here, friends and friendettes. Ooh, we got our first comment already.
Ooh.
Our good buddy Jerry Lee chiming in. Cool.
Thanks,
xenomorph. Freaking yeah.
My roomie got it for me for the holidays. It's got blood on it. I love it.
Does it have its own blood or does it have
Oh no, it's human blood.
Human blood. All right, yeah. Nice.
I think there is a version that has xenomorph blood on it, but I didn't get that one. I got that blood.
Yeah, for sure. You want to see the one that's more victorious.
Who needs humans anyway?
So for Alien Day right now, we're going to read off, tell you guys about some of the announcements that came out today. Every Alien Day, so 20th Century Fox, now owned by Disney, but 20th Century Fox for a long time started getting in on the Alien Day and like pushing forward releases for certain branded merchandise and things like that. So today we have a few things that came out. It's not always super bountiful out here, but today there was a few things that of note. So we'll go to our first page here. Let me just pull it up. I'm already sweating. It's getting hot. It's getting summertime.
I know, it's a little chilly here today.
All right. Celebrate Alien Day 2021 with a rare xenomorph costume and other props up for auction. So there's some crazy auction with a bunch of
I can't afford any of it.
Yeah. There's an auction going on with a bunch of alien props and stuff from the movies.
Nice.
See what do we got here? Can you see that okay?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, sweet. So we got the prototype xenomorph made for the 1979 film and looks very different from the original feature. So it's much more like translucent. Ooh, can we make it embiggen it? Oh, yeah. Cool. Much more translucent looking, as we've seen. That's like more true to like the Geiger kind of thing where you can see the skull under this membrane. Yeah. That's awesome.
The better the quality of the movies get, like the Blu-ray release to like 4K, you can see a little bit of skull every now and again in some of the shots.
Okay.
Which I think was originally intended. So that's getting
wicked.
The technology's getting good.
Yeah,
but I don't want to just show too much. I want those darks dark. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I was looking at a more zoomed in page. I wish it would just share whatever I was looking at the whole time.
Yeah, I couldn't see it, but cool. I was acting like I could.
Oh, you're a good guy. It just makes us look dumb, but that's okay. Not that, me. But you can see that now, huh? There's a close-up look of it, folks.
Yeah, I would love to see some like test footage of them shooting this and just like why they decided to go the more like black gray, darker colors.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's on a commentary somewhere I've yet to watch or just forgotten at this point.
Right. Yeah, it's so that's pretty cool. There's more on that article. Let me jump back in there. Folksies. So what do we got here? We got that prototype thing. So this is happening Julian's Auctions in Beverly Hills on April 28th. A bunch of alien stuff's going up for sale. We got
Oh, nice.
good old. Oh, that's you can see that, right?
Yeah, I mean they're big enough. I mean it's a
Okay.
Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver's Ripley's outfit from Alien Resurrection.
Yeah. That's weird because I can embiggen it, but it's like it's not going to share that. Anyway, technical things, so we just won't try and embiggen it. Yeah, so Ripley's costume from Alien Resurrection, pretty tight. Wonder what the prices are. It's expected to sell for between $40,000 and $60,000. The remaining parts, so I'm guessing that's for the prototype that they're just talking about up here.
Yeah,
$40,000 to $60,000. Dang, that's going up in behind glass case. There's Call's uniform from Alien Resurrection.
Yeah,
she was a fun character. Was she?
yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah.
There's a person who follows us, Matt L, who enjoys Resurrection, and I enjoy Resurrection as well.
Nice.
But my biggest complaint is I don't like the final creature, the child or whatever it's called. Not a huge fan of that design, but I like most of that movie, and it's a fun,
right? Yeah,
a fun romp.
I think it's good too. It's that director Jean-Pierre Jeunet who did City of Lost Children, which was a great film,
and Amelie. For those of you,
and Delicatessen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a great movie.
So we know our shit. So these uniforms,
I see some films.
To sell $10,000 to $20,000. Yes. So we got an Alien 3 costume looking like.
Yeah, it looks like it.
During production, aside from a few flaws, it's an underrated Alien sequel. Probably the director's cut, right?
The director's cut to me is the definitive version you should be watching. Some audio was lost, but they put subtitles in for the dialogue that was lost at that scene, because it's like they filmed it and they didn't do I guess what is it, ADR or whatever, when they re-record their voices.
Oh, okay. So they're kind of weird.
So it's like really low and like the sound effects are really big and they put some music over it and they did the best. But I mean, it doesn't distract from me, but just some of the, like, I love the director's cut because it's got like there's a character who in their theatrical version is just like a crazy guy. And in the director's cut, he like worships the alien because he thinks it's some mythological beast, like a dragon or something. And
that's in the director's cut.
Yeah. And it just adds a whole other level of like, different characters that you're meeting because she's on this prison planet. And one of my favorite scenes was cut from the theatrical cut, is like how the alien is born. It's because it was originally called, I think, the bull alien, and then they changed it to dog alien because that's how it's born. But in the director's cut, it comes out of a bull, and there's this like cool, like, I thought it was stop motion, but I guess they practically did it with guys in like green suits, like running with like sticks, like puppetry. Wow. But a little alien just runs across the screen. It's one of my favorite effects of all the Alien movies. I mean, there's great effects, but just to see a director's cut, you think you would use that scene because it looks so good, because the CG is terrible in that movie, and it's a travesty.
Yeah.
And it
was around that time when CG was becoming more prevalent.
But to me, there's no distractors. I think the performances are strong in Alien 3. I mean, like Charles S. Dutton, Charles Dance is in that. Sigourney's always bringing me that Ripley that I know and love. So there's some great performances in that. I mean, not the most solid of scripts, and sure, we wanted to see Hicks and Newt again, but Fox decided not to do that. So whatever.
Especially for them not to get sidelined like that. That's
dude. It's such brutal. One of my favorite stories from that is, I guess the guy working on the Alien 3 was like life casting, or they'd life cast Michael Biehn at some point, and they were like re-sculpting it to make it more look like him, like he was dead on the ship. And they're like, his friend who was an effects guy was like, dude, you in this flick? And he's like, no, what are you talking about? I didn't even know they were making Alien 3. So he like sued Fox because they were using his likeness but not paying him for it. And it would have been cheaper to put him in the movie than paying for the lawsuit. It was like, I don't know. That's why when people are like, oh, I can't believe Disney has the rights and Fox, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know, man. Prometheus and Alien Covenant aren't that great. Like, hand it over, give it to some new blood.
Yeah,
It's like,
totally.
I just feel like Fox, like, after the original, like, with like Predator 2 and Aliens, they're just like, we don't know what to do. I guess we could give it to talented screenwriters, but who cares? It'll make money. It's a monster flick. I don't
Yeah,
know. It just seems like
and it's a
the
sequel.
bar was high for directors, and then all of a sudden it like shot down to nothing, or script writers, or maybe they're doing their best and the directors are doing their best, and the studio was like, no, 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 you got to make it like this. So I don't know, but I'm excited to see if what Disney and 20th Century Films does with the franchise.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept 20th Century Films around or whatever, like
Yeah.
iconic kind of. There's definitely kind of like a what would you say, like a flavor to their films, I would say. And they didn't do the X-Men right, but they did them okay. But Aliens, I don't know what I'm trying to say right here, but yeah, I think I agree with you, Matty. Like handing it off, that's like it's a great thing to do right now and refresh the franchise and everything, especially with the way that a lot of these kind of franchises stories are being told.
Yeah. Do you have any more announcements?
Yeah, I was
Sick. Sorry, I
pulling
was
up.
going on a little alien rant. I've
Yeah,
been
we'll
known to
get
do such things.
so yeah, we're still working on our classics and strategizing what to do next and stuff. And I just have a feeling we're going to be doing Alien and Aliens and stuff. In this episode, we're going to talk Alien 35th anniversary and just kind of gush over it and talk a few things. And I got a bunch of images to look at. But we'll get to a more proper classics of the Alien trilogy, being behind the scenes stuff and trivia and stuff you may not know about it. So we will. We'll be showing you that. We'll be getting to that soon. But tonight we're just going to like kind of crack it open and take a look at it. And both Matty and I watched it, and it's fantastic. But prior to that, there's some other announcement stuff we got here for Alien Day. We'll stick to that here for a second. What is there's a fashion line? What is this? Get your mech suit ready today. Moon from Aliens. Oh wait. Okay, here we go. Power Loader Ripley Funko Pop for those who like the Funko Pops. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can't see it if you've blown it up, but
no, it's weird. I'm still getting used to StreamYard's like switchboard they got here, and so anyway, we got this Funko Pop Power Loader. The Power Loader's great. I also want to Google the toys when we're talking about aliens here, and a little few of the old Kenner ones, and see if we can't pull up some fun pictures of that. Nice. We also got this warrior figure, Xenomorph warrior figure.
This looks so sick, dude. I don't know who's designing this, but I love it.
GameStop exclusive, Weta Workshop, $50. So I wish there was better photos here to look at, but that looks badass. So Weta, official Weta product there. What else we got? And so all these announcements came out today is the reason why I'm reading for Alien Day. Aliens Infiltrators, a new book written by this award-winning author Weston Ochs or whatever, and I believe it ties into Alien Fireteam, the new game coming out, the co-op game.
Cool. Yeah,
I'm not sure. Were there any Fireteam announcements today? I think they're doing. Oh, I think I have a link for it. Actually, I think there's some level designs that they let loose, but I'm excited. Cool. La Femme et Noir X Alien Connection. See, it's not a great look, but it's like some Geigerish designs.
Nice.
I'll take some Geiger style man yoga pants.
Yeah, for sure.
Burning Man, that'd be cool. Yeah. Or a whole bodysuit. But looks like more geared towards the ladies for this here. La Femme et Noir.
Yeah.
Cool. Kick ass. Check that out. This link is Pop Insider. You can see that up top there, folks. So go Google that shit if you want it. This is tight. These shirts.
Yeah.
Loot Crate Alien Capsule Collection.
I want that side view of the facehugger tattooed on me.
Yeah, that'd be tight on the shoulder or something, or maybe under your neck if you were that gnarly.
I don't think that should be my first tattoo, but
you'd have to find a good spot for it. Yeah. Couldn't go directly on the face, but the shirt is cool. I like this kind of like xenomorph. What do you call it?
That's the Alien 3 like logo they used for a lot of the promotional art and stuff.
And that's Loot Crate. I've always wanted to get into Loot Crate, but Lord knows I have enough crap.
Yeah, these toys are sick over here, dude.
These ones right here, mini epics,
Yeah, I
Xenomorph. Yeah,
want
these
both
are
of those, dude.
awesome. This here is great.
Love Jonesy.
Yeah. Jonesy, that's wicked.
Jason.
And Facehugger.
I might have to order those, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
so
getting
those ones are
stoked. Daily Days got me stoked.
Weta Workshop again. They got some good shit going over there at Weta Workshop. Entertainment Earth, great website. I use Big Bad Toys, Entertainment Earth, Toys Arc, Micro Epics Alien Queen. That's kind of
pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to start collecting more kind of like cute properties or whatever. I'm not a big fan of pops. I just the big eyes don't do it for me like that. The black eyes. But I do want to start collecting stuff like this. That's like more monsters that are kind of cute.
Yeah.
I saw some dude did an art set. I'll try and post it somewhere on our stuff of horror icons, but they're drawn in like, you know, like Cuphead style or like Mickey.
Oh,
like
cool.
These are cool. I don't actually really dig on reaction figures too much because I'm a toy snob. But it's this cover here is really awesome. Game over, man. Game over for the Hudson figure.
Yeah. I like the child. Is that an actual alien and they're just using the child? I don't know. That's a cool looking toy though, with all the like afterbirth and whatever and human blood on it. I would buy that just to like keep in the box and hang on the wall kind of thing. But I'm not a huge fan of those either, but I think it looks pretty cool.
I'd say that's the way to go about for reaction figures. I'm a 8-point articulation at the very minimum at this point.
Snobby boy over here.
I don't hardly do no 4 or 5 points anymore. I don't know. I get they harken back to like the old Kenner days and stuff, and they look cool. I just have yet to want to pull the trigger. The art is great. I like their style. What is that company? Super 7. They're great. They make great toys. So get those if you want. So there's some cool products. I have a couple more things. Let's see what we got. I went scavenging the nets for some
there's one thing I'm pretty stoked for.
What's that? The William Gibson thing?
Yeah, the unproduced screenplay of Alien 3. I think I sent you a link, a photo of it earlier. I just pulled up Photoshop. That's not what I wanted.
No worries. Kind of trying to figure out how to jam some images into your face holes, folks. So bear with us. We're running on a pretty tight little
I sent you the image in our
all right, I'll try and pull it up. So Mondo has a sick poster.
Oh yeah, that is super cool. I saw that today as well. I love that. I love that one hand that's like this. I love it. Just looks so cool with the tilt. Things Matty likes in art. Cool tilts of hands.
That was announced today, the William Gibson Alien 3.
Yeah, that was like the main one I saw that I was like stoked for. I mean, I like an action figure just as much as the next, but I don't buy a lot of them. Usually I get them as gifts, which is
just as much as the next grown adult.
Yeah, I mean, I like them. It would be like I can't do that and vinyl, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like
for sure
it's too expensive. And I listen to a lot more music than I like have figures around me, but I do dig some of the pops. I'm pretty selective about the ones I buy. They got to look really cool.
Yeah, I have seen some that I think are cool. Like just in general, they're so easy to collect too that you'll have so many of them. I have a friend. You go to his house and he has a wall of pops. He just buys them every time he goes and stacks them. It's crazy. Yeah. So I'm like, I just can't do it.
I have a few because they're like the thing I like about them is they're cheap and they also do a lot of stuff that sometimes you don't get an action figure for, you know?
Right.
And I like that about them, that they pick random properties sometimes. Like I'm never going to get a 8-point articulated Twin Peaks Laura Palmer dead doll, you know? It's not going to happen.
Never say never. That sounds like
that's true, but like Funko Pop allowed me to have that Laura Palmer like dead wrapped in plastic, and it's a super cool figure, you know? So that's why I like dig Funko a lot, because they pick a lot of like random properties and stuff, and
They had a great line of Game of Thrones figures I really liked, much more than the McFarlane versions. I have 3 McFarlane toys now, and I'm not impressed. They look good, but they have a lot of issues. This summer, I'm going to try and launch my toy show. I think I mentioned that before, and talk more about some of the toys they have and that level of nerddom. But I'll be damned if they're not frustrating, those damn McFarlanes. Anyway, moving on for Alien Day announcements. We have Aliens Fire Team are teasing some stages here.
Sick. I'll fight aliens in a Prometheus temple. Let's go.
Yeah.
Engineer temple.
Prometheus temple. Let me zoom in here. Get a better look at this. That's pretty big. Man, these ads. Thank you for bearing with, folks. Go down a little bit. There we go. Get a good look at them. So yeah, Prometheus temple. We got Fire Team looks awesome. How many people can you get at once? Like 8?
4 or 5? I don't know. I haven't. It's already got my money. I don't care. I'm ready for it to come out.
Yeah.
It'll all be an experience when I play it.
Cool.
I definitely think it'll be more fun than the Predator game that came out not too long ago. But I'm a sucker for both franchises, so I'll buy anything they release most of the time.
Did that one turn out okay? The Predator one?
I mean, I'll buy a Predator game because they don't make them that often. I would just not necessarily what I wanted. What I really want is an open world third-person Predator game, like Predator Concrete Jungle in the PS2 days. I'd love something like that, but a more focused, cool story. Definitely had its faults, but it was, I was playing as the Predator. I could see the back of him. You could upgrade stuff. I just think there's a whole world of, costumes and stuff you can do
potential
with that figure.
There. Yeah, I would definitely.
Levels too. Nice.
I like one thing I like about some Covenant stuff. One thing I like about what Fire Team's got going on is that it's like third person. Duck and cover kind of stuff and kind of tactical that way. That's my type of game. I like a third person duck and cover action shooter kind of thing. So rather than being like the first person, which actually another announcement, it's been out for a few days, but Epic Game Store, you can get Alien Isolation, which is one of the better titles released in the last few years, for
never
free.
Finished it. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's a really hard game.
It's difficult. I've actually never played it myself, but
it's also real
always
scary.
Wanted to. Yeah, I can't. I'm having a hard time getting into the Resident Evil stuff. I like it, but I get scared, and then those new ones are first person. I get scared. Honestly, when I play a game, I want to just I don't want to be scared. I like movies because then I could at least grab my dog and hug her or something.
Yeah, yeah. I'm stoked for the new Resident Evil because it looks like it's got werewolves in it, and I'm a fan of that stuff right there.
That's a great addition. Have we seen werewolves much in Resident Evil?
I'm going to say no, but I'm sure someone's out there is going to be like, well, in this game, for PS1, there was one, and you're probably right. Dude, that cover's sick, by the way. Yeah, I love the look of this.
Great.
I don't buy a lot of hardcover books, but I think I probably will have to pre-order this one.
Here you go, folks and gentlemen, ladies and folks and ladies and gentlemen. Alien. Oh God, need water.
I know, dude. I'm
happy Alien Day.
So much talking, so much stuff.
Yeah. So we got Alien 3, the unproduced first draft screenplay by William Gibson of Neuromancer fame, the creator of Cyberpunk. Look him up. Hugo Award-winning author with Pat Cadigan, whoever that is. Oh, this drawing is sick.
Yeah, it looks so cool, dude. Lord. And it's so simple, man. It's just like a line art and a neon background, and then they just erase the neon.
Yeah, it's so 2 colors. It's
dude.
Black and white, really. That's fucking awesome, really. Wow, we're just going to look at that for just a hot second and just appreciate that.
if y'all haven't, I think you can probably find the screenplay online at this point. They've also Dark Horse did a graphic novel version of his screenplay that came out several years ago. I read it. It was good. I like it. It's just really different from, it's what you'd expect if you've read a William Gibson book.
Right. It's like not what code going directly into your brain.
Yeah. It's really weird. Ripley's in a coma for a lot of the script and that graphic novel, and it's like Hicks and they've reprogrammed Bishop, but Bishop doesn't trust himself because he thinks like Wayland has like put something in his brain he can't find.
Mm-hmm.
And like if Hicks tells him anything, he might give away their position, or it might, something will happen to Hicks and he'll kill Ripley, but he's like fighting with himself because he doesn't. So it's cool. So like Hicks is like trying to like, they're trying to put him back in the Marines. He's all scarred up because of the acid burn.
Right. Yeah. That was
And
the Neil Blomkamp
yeah.
reboot kind of stuff. Let's see if I can pull that artwork up.
But yeah, like they're running around trying to do things, and there's like a thing where they're like aliens have like, I forget how they explain it, but it's basically like aliens are it's basically Terminator, but aliens are underneath. So they'll like rip their skin off, like human skin off, and there'll be aliens underneath. And I'm sure someone read that script and they're like, well, we don't have the budget for that, William.
Yeah.
But all the stuff with like, it's Bishop and Hicks running around. The Bishop stuff's really great. It adds to his character about how he is like a good android, but there might be something evil in him that he can't find. And there's a whole thing where he's like, Hicks, you got to do this. It could kill me, but we got to do it. And Hicks is like, no, we can't. We need you. You have to help me get Ripley, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, no, we have to do this because I can't trust myself. And it's a really cool, just like android human story that just has aliens.
So this is the William Gibson one you're talking about?
Yeah, this is like the unproduced screenplay. And I'm hoping that because the comic's like kind of an abridged version of the screenplay, so I'm hoping the novel gives a little more meat, a little more juice to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'm super stoked for it.
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm very interested to read it in this format, this release that they're putting out, that I have since clicked away from. Apologies. But did you just mention Neil Blomkamp's thing, or I was inferring that because you were talking about
you were talking about, because I was talking about like in the comic version of the Alien 3 William Gibson produced script, that he's all like scarred up, and like he tries to rejoin the Marines, but he like can't see well enough to shoot, and they like, so he's kind of a grunt, like he's like doing like, I mean, he's Hicks, he's a badass, right? And they've demoted him to like someone who gets the guns for people because he can't shoot and his face is all fucked up.
Yeah.
He can't see as well. I mean, he's still a badass, don't get me wrong. He can shoot just fine. It's just, it's a new group of Marines and they're just like giving him a hard time. And you're like, you don't know what Hicks has been through. You don't know. Because it's like kind of like that. It's kind of like that Aliens thing when they make fun of Ripley and they're like, whoa, whatever, we're going on a bug hunt, blah, blah, it's like,
yeah,
because they don't believe her, and then they get in the thick of it and they're like, Ripley was right. Why didn't we believe her?
I know.
So yeah, I mean, I was super stoked for this movie, and it's like, why couldn't you have made the Ridley Scott movies that he wanted to make and made Neil Blomkamp's movie?
Yeah, because Covenant could, in its own right, Covenant and Prometheus could have been something else, that would have been probably just as impactful if it didn't.
I mean, upon many viewings of these movies, and they're not my favorite of the Alien movies, but they have a really cool thing that David is a mad scientist.
Yeah,
creating the aliens, and I've appreciated it more knowing that David is the true villain and the aliens are not. Going through this, he's an android who has gone rogue, who doesn't want to be controlled by anything or anyone. He wants to be the creator. He wants to be a god, and that's why he creates the aliens. And if you can watch those movies from that standpoint, and everyone else is expendable, they're a really fun watch. And it makes me sad that we might not see that third installment just to see, David's master plan after Covenant. I mean, I think if we didn't get a third one, it kind of is enough to know and make up your own story to like what he could do. But once I like locked into that mad scientist vibe that they kind of go into in Alien Covenant, when they like go into his lab and his like laboratory, I was like, dude, this is a cool way to do this. It's not what I wanted from a prequel series, but I think it is interesting. Cool.
Yeah. Hey, Matty, pause for a second. Is there any way you could tilt your camera a little bit? You look like you're 2 feet tall. There you go. Perfection, to quote another Michael Fassbender character. But that's pretty much all I had for Alien Day announcements there. We're going to talk more aliens. I know, it's a huge thing it's a huge part of Matty's fandom and stuff. And I'm, now that we're visiting and I did all this research and stuff, like I obviously love it as well, but I'm excited to do more alien stuff. But right now, since we're hitting about the halfway mark of this program, we're going to do a superhero slam after this. I wanted to talk about the Aliens 35th anniversary in of itself. I got
Nice.
I got a handful of images we could look at while we just kind of talk about it. We'll just do kind of like a review and thoughts and just kind of see where it goes. And I'll try and navigate some of the images that I have. And then I wanted to try and take this quiz that I found where you and I could take it together and see how much we get.
Nice.
So
Is this to
how do you?
decide if we'll be a good couple or not?
Yeah, exactly. What I was going to ask you is, like we just watched it. How do you feel about it? 35 years after, since the first time you saw it till now, what are you thinking? What are you feeling here?
So I try to revert back to childhood Matty, seeing this for the first time. And like the stuff that like really stuck out to me as like a kid and not
Hmm.
as like someone who's watched tons of films and has studied film for a little. One thing I do have to say just right off the bat, man, this is a long
Yeah,
movie. I mean,
yeah,
I was just paying a little more attention to the runtime because we were getting closer to this, and I was trying to finish up the movie, and I was like, "Oh my god,
yeah.
am I gonna make it?" I mean, I can talk about the movie; I've seen it enough times, but there
Right.
were moments I was trying to revert back to stuff that like I know how it ends, but like the first time when Ripley freaks out when she meets Bishop, and there's all these cues of Bishop could be bad, even though you know he's going to
Right.
be a good guy, and I was
Right.
trying to like get my feelings to like what I might have felt as a kid and be like, oh, I remember Alien. You can't trust androids. What are you doing over there, Ripley? It's like I just tried to revert back to that. And for the most part, I did. And I got really like caught up in the end of the movie. There's a
Yeah.
scene where she's like telling Newt to close her eyes because the Queen Alien's coming, and you're like, oh. And I just remember as a kid, be like, that motherfucker, he's not gonna show up. Oh, I got like so
Right.
upset that Bishop wasn't gonna show up, and I was like, how's Ripley gonna get out of this? And like somehow I harkened back to that, and I got really stressed out for a minute, even though I know how the movie's gonna end. And I
Right.
just love that scene where it comes up and he gets him out of there and he apologizes for like
Yeah.
because of the turbulence, and there's a lot of care to these characters
Yeah. I
that
was
James
watching.
Cameron took, and
Yeah.
man, it's such a good movie, man. It's a
It's
great
so good.
sequel.
Yeah, I think it's near perfect. I
Oh,
mean, I
I
think
agree.
I only say near perfect because I mean, it is perfect,
It's a perfect sequel.
but yeah, they did it on a much smaller budget than they compare it to Superman 3 or 4. I think Superman 4. And Superman 4 looks like garbage by comparison, and Aliens was made for a much lower budget. And, and Cameron just knew what he was doing. He knew how to shoot things. They didn't do any post production like cutting out of things or back what do they call it, projection imagery, or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. The wires and cranes and stuff used to puppet the Queen Alien, everything, he shot it in such a way that you just wouldn't see them. And he's a genius the way he executed this film, because at the time
Yeah.
he was just finishing Terminator when he got this job. So the execution was just unbelievable, but a little rough around the edges by comparison to like the more artistic representation in Alien. And that is the only reason why I said
I
that. But
didn't need it.
otherwise, I think
I need a down and dirty movie for
I
aliens. I
think it's
seen that clean cut version called
yeah.
Alien.
And another tidbit about it is the version of Alien that's most widely accepted at this point is the extended version that was originally intended to be theatrically
There's the
released. The first
Yeah.
one was chopped up a little bit
Yeah,
for time.
I have both versions, but on my PlayStation because my Blu-rays are back at my dad's house. I
Okay.
have the theatrical cut, and I couldn't remember which one I bought because I think it was like $5. And I was like, whatever, I haven't watched the theatrical cut. And there's a lot like how much she was a mom and how much that Newt and her relationship is paid attention
Uh
to.
huh.
Dude, there's just so much detail in this movie, and like you can watch it as just a fun action flick, but when you get down to it, there's
Right.
like a lot of really great scenes. Every character's like cared for unless they die pretty early on, but for the most part you get to know every one of those characters, which I think
Yes.
is super cool because it's rare that we get that these days.
Yeah, and especially how it draws from such a monumental film like Alien and continues the story on without it feeling like, kind of cheap or kind of phoned in, like a lot of sequels that we end up getting. It's so great that he had such a strong vision. I watched a behind the scenes or like a retrospective, and they showed some behind the scenes stuff. And James Cameron does all his own concept artwork, maybe not all of it for the film, but when he's got a vision, I'm sure he's sketchbooking every little idea out, and he's a fantastic graphic illustrator. He would have been working at Marvel or something if it wasn't for being a director.
If Larry Cohen or whoever hadn't seen him do the
Yeah,
effects
yeah,
work that he did and gave him Piranha 2, the
yeah,
spine.
yeah. So
Yeah.
a lot of respect for Cameron, especially. I love both those first Terminator films, and Aliens. I think is truly his masterpiece. It just has such great detail and execution, and he's known for being kind of a hard ass on his sets, and this set in particular. But sometimes you got to be that way and do what you got to do in order to you know get your movie made the way you need it to be
Yeah.
made.
Well, I always say that what you need to do in a sequel is make it familiar enough that you can pull in that audience from the OG, but you got to show us something new that we haven't seen before. And he did it. He goes,
Yeah,
"We've seen one alien. Let's see a shit ton of aliens, and then a Queen
yeah,
alien." It's like, whoa, dude, you could have saved Queen for the third movie. But he's like, "No,
yeah,
we're going all out, baby. We're gonna have a giant one. Where are these aliens coming from?" It ticks all the boxes for what makes a great sequel. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. Like Terminator 2 does it. You get an upgraded Terminator that's better than the older Terminator. It's great. I don't need a ton of Terminators for a sequel, but I think in the newer Terminator movies, I think we need multiples, and like we need to, have a lot of Terminator action going on. But Terminators for another time.
right.
But yeah,
We'll have to talk about it for sure.
for me, it's just like this is what you need to watch if you're making a sequel. And I know that it's much debated that Pacific Rim Uprising is not good, but I think that's what Pacific Rim Uprising did. It showed us more of that
For my
universe.
money, yeah. For
It
my
gave
money,
us,
that's what it did. It
well, yeah,
expanded without
yeah,
it being totally,
dude.
I don't know.
I love a lot of the things, like you get the familiar characters with new characters. I'm like, yeah, there's some missteps with some of the acting choices or whatever, but like Charlie Day is the villain and all those like smaller there's a lot of good stuff. Someone definitely
Yeah.
watched Aliens. It was like, I have to do exactly this for
Yeah.
Pacific Rim Uprising, and it does not meet the bar of Aliens because
We were
James Cameron's a
talking,
master. But
yeah. We were talking right before this about what were we talking about?
the greatest sequels.
Greatest sequels. Yeah, sorry, I
Yeah.
blanked out there. We were talking about like what are the greatest sequels. That's an episode I want to get to ahead of time where we can kind of compile
Yeah.
the best sequels we can think about, or whatever, do research, because I think
I love.
this one
Yeah.
for sure like just knocks
Yeah.
it so out of the park. And learning that it was done on a fairly small budget at the time, and pretty green director or whatever, it's just like it's such a joy when something like this materializes. And I don't know what more can
I love this
what more
scene
can we
right
say.
here, the little flirtation between Hicks and her.
Yeah.
It makes you so excited for an Alien 3. What's going to happen? Are they going to fall in love? And
It's
then,
so sad because at the
you know,
end, Newt finally calls Ripley mom.
I know,
It's
dude.
like,
It's
oh shit. And she lost her daughter. And
yeah,
I love Paul Reiser's character in this movie too, because he's just so effectively smarmy and not like overt. I think there's stuff that happens in movies now where people are like you're like, oh god, he's so annoying, I hated watching him every time he's on screen. And when people are
no.
like, oh well, that's what he's supposed to be, that's what he's supposed to do, and it's like, no, you want to love to hate a character, you want
He's such a
to,
good.
yeah,
I mean, I love the way they play it. I mean, he comes off as a sincere guy. You don't really trust
right,
him because he's a company guy, but Cameron definitely tricks you at a point to be like, oh yeah, he's a legit decent dude. And then when that turn happens, you're like, ooh, I hate him so much. I hate him so much.
yeah,
And it's like
it's
that's
so
what
natural,
you want from a good villain that works for like a company man.
Yeah, and it's so he's not, he's a comedian, and so it's like,
Yeah.
it was just a really good play by Cameron to put Paul Reiser in there, because he was so not only was he just so convincing, but he played it so well, and much to the direction of Cameron to kind of steer him down, because it does feel natural. You feel like he's really kind of her friend, and he's like looking out for her. And I mean, he even lies to her face a couple of times. And then when you finally realize, it's just like, oh, you son of a bitch. And the whole thing with Ripley taking charge of this entire mission because of that green commander or whatever.
Yeah.
And I love that too. That guy's character, when he's like starts cracking up and Ripley realizes she has to take control of the thing. Like it's the Ripley and Hicks show, honestly. Like they really take charge and they get who they can out of there. And
I also love the way they play Hicks for a lot of it in the beginning, is because I feel like, because I didn't know who Michael Biehn was, and I have a respect for him as an actor after this movie and other stuff I've seen him in that I really enjoy. But
Mhm.
watching this originally, you're just like, oh, he's just like a throwaway guy. And then at some point, halfway through the movie, he becomes this like legit fucking badass,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what he does, which is, you're excited for, but then he gets kind of out of the picture and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is a Ripley movie.
Yeah.
And then she turns
Yeah.
all badass and has to go after Newt, and it's so good, man. I love how
So
they.
I can't guarantee that I'm going to read the William Gibson one through. I would like to. I
Oh,
very
I
much would
will.
like to. But I was
Yeah.
going to say, you read it, and then we'll come back on the episode and recap what that sequel is all about and kind of try and
Yeah.
piece it together for the audience, because I think that would be really awesome.
Yeah,
Really just
I meant to buy I thought I'd already bought the Alien 3 comic on my Kindle, but I had not, and so got to rebuy that. I was going to try to read through it again for
Yeah. I'll
Alien Day,
definitely
but
read that. Pictures and words go good together. I do
yeah,
want to read the William Gibson thing, but man, it takes me forever to read a dang book.
yeah, I'm just interested because I want to get some of that meaty stuff and like whatever this new person has that's going to round out the, like, to make a novel is different than a screenplay, right? I mean, you got to cut stuff down for a screenplay,
Right.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked to see like what they add, or like maybe what Gibson had cut, and if they, if there were notes that she's gotten, or yeah, is Gibson still alive or did he die?
I believe he is deceased.
So I'm hoping there's like some notes or something that like she can maybe pull and maybe add some of her or their own stuff. I don't know if it's a male or female, but yeah, I'm stoked for it, man. The comic leaves a little to be desired. I mean, it's cool. I'm glad that like that was the first thing that I
Right.
love what they're doing with like that. And then I haven't gotten this one yet, but it's the original Alien screenplay. It's not like the one that we saw, but the one that like Dan O'Bannon originally had with like,
Mhm.
so the alien creature's a lot different looking, but it's like based off that original screenplay, and that's Dark
Whoa.
Horse released that. And I think it's
Cool.
such a cool idea to kind of, see this thing that you've only heard about or maybe read the script version of, but to put pictures and words together, I think it's such a cool idea for like new comic ideas. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, we're never going to see this movie. We'll make it in comic book form, because they did that with
Yeah.
Star Wars
I
when it
do
was
like
called
that.
The Star Wars, and that was a
Oh,
pretty
right.
cool. It was a fun read. I mean, I'm glad we got the Star Wars I got, but there's some really cool ideas in there.
Absolutely. And yeah, it'll be exciting. We'll bring that to you folks exclusively. Look forward into the future to see our take on the Alien 3 that never was, which I think is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? Oh, what happened to my image? Whoops. Clicking around too much. So I wanted to do, so one thing I wanted to say, who's your favorite characters out of there? Or who's your favorite Marine besides Ripley and Hicks?
Oh, dang it. Bill Paxton's character, I totally blanked on his
Yeah.
name.
Hudson.
And I love Vasquez too.
I was going to say Vasquez. Yeah.
Yeah, but Paxton's always great because I guess a lot of that, from what I think, he ad-libbed a lot of his like his lines and stuff, so they weren't super scripted. So I like that, maybe game over, man. I'm sure it says in the commentary. I'm sure that might have been like, I just love that maybe Bill Paxton was like, what would I do if I was in this situation? Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah.
I love it. And
I like when Ripley says, she says some shit like, she's like, Hudson, we need you. And I'm sick of your bullshit.
Yeah.
She acknowledging those two things at once and kind of snapping him into line. It's like, damn, she's a great leader, one of the great feminist action heroes of all time. I will say this movie is probably one of the, still by a man or whatever, but it has a lot of noble kind of intentions behind the strength of women. And
could you imagine if anyone else would have done it? It probably would have been Hicks. Would Ripley have even shown up in Aliens? Would she have become this like feminist icon that she is right now in this universe? It's what he did was great. I mean, to be like, Ripley's the star of the show. She survived the last one. We got to continue her story. We're going to set it so far in the future that there's no like, oh, I got to call my daughter, or I got to reconnect with my husband. They're gone, and her having to deal with that is like, you can't even fathom that. And I think Ripley has her moments of like, her breakdown and stuff, but she's a fighter, and I love that continues on,
Yeah, absolutely. And also to kind of speak to the strength of the character and kind of the female led aspect of things. There's another moment where she tells Hudson, he's like, we're not going back in there. Those things will murder us or whatever. And they're like, Newt survived
Oh,
for
dude.
X amount of time with no weapons, no nothing. She's just a little girl. And he's like, well, why don't we put her in charge or whatever? I thought was
Yeah.
funny. But,
That's one of
again,
my
speaks to
favorite
like,
lines of the movie.
yeah. Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
just speaks to the strength of like the characters and kind of like, Cameron did the knight in shining armor with Terminator. I guess they came out really close together, or I think Terminator wasn't even finished when he started doing this. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I know.
it seemed like it spoke against, especially Ripley being the main character and being much more like less action oriented, less combat oriented, and in this one, kind of taking that strength of woman character to the full on like Vietnam inspired combat movie that this
Yeah.
is.
Well, James Remar was supposed to be Hicks, but then they had
Yeah,
confrontations on the set, and I guess
yeah,
Michael Biehn had wrapped Terminator at this point. I don't know if he was like editing or whatever, but he was like, "Can you come in?" And Michael Biehn was like, "Yeah, man, but I got to be a Marine. Like, I've got to be there in a week. There's no way I can bulk up." He's like, "You'll be
yeah.
fine. Come on." So
Yeah,
I
he
think
didn't
it's
get the
like,
same training that all the other actors did, apparently.
yeah,
Especially Vasquez, like got really
yeah,
Jeanette
dude,
Goldman, sorry, she
yeah.
got really jacked for this one. Um, and blanked out. Oh yeah, James Remar. Yeah, I guess he got arrested at the time too. So it's whatever he was accused of or convicted or arrested
You,
for at the time.
I can't
Uh,
see it. I can't. I can't. I don't know what it would have been like with him.
there are here. Hold on. There's pictures actually.
Yeah, I've seen
Uh,
the photos, but I would love to see just some acting bits, just to see how he delivered some
yeah,
lines. But
for sake of our audience here, I'd like you to check out the alternate dimension Bizarro Hicks.
yeah,
That is James Remar. And James Remar got attached to this, to the Alien project as a friend of Walter Hill's at the time. But I guess
yeah.
the whole fiasco of him getting released from the movie cost him that friendship with Walter Hill as well, or probably
Dang.
tainted it or something. I don't know. I don't live out there in Hollywood. I found a
Yeah, I
picture
don't know
of
if
it.
it's actually been released, but when we deep dive aliens, whenever we do that, I'm sure we'll scrounge around, see what we can find out.
Yeah. I just accidentally opened up Photoshop, folks. So
Dude, I already had it up, and then I was
if
like
my
clicking.
computer doesn't jump out or click out, okay, here we go. I don't know how well you can see all these photos here, my friends, but we got James Remar's Hicks here live in the flesh. Oh shoot, I got Photoshop opening on me right now. Anyway, hopefully it won't be a big deal. But these, I mean, it's interesting. He almost just looks like somebody who could have been just one of the side grunts who got cut, really.
It's honestly kind of funny how like him and Michael Biehn could be like brothers.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just the way they
really.
look. Like there's like that photo up in the left hander that I was like, is that Michael? I was like, nope,
Yeah,
that's
he almost
James.
looks like he could be. He almost looks in that light like, I don't know, a Sebastian Stan or somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the eyebrows. But I do like James Remar. I've always loved the Warriors quite a bit. So it was interesting. I found that out earlier on Oliver's retrospectives on YouTube. He's a good one. I like his stuff. He'll talk about the magazine covers and the video games and everything. So check his
Nice.
shit out. What else do I got here before we do our quiz?
I'm ready. Is it like all things alien quiz?
It's for aliens. So we just watched it. So we're expecting to pretty much smoke this quiz.
Oh, dude,
I just wanted to take a look at.
I mean, I was like paying attention a little bit, but it wasn't like, I was just refreshing some stuff. Now I'm scared.
Yeah, we'll see.
Gotta
See
pull
what
it
it's
from the
all about.
recesses.
So here's more concept images from the canceled Alien movie Neil Blomkamp was planning to do that was going to be a direct connection to the Aliens film. So this is just more side stuff. I was hoping to pull up the earlier stuff. This stuff all looks cool. Maybe they have a link to the earlier stuff.
I mean, I really hope there was a script for this because I'd love for it to be turned into a comic book
that
form.
and the RoboCop that he was going to do.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why no one's jumped on that yet. I mean, I feel like fans.
So
someone needs to create some hashtags.
Hell yeah. Okay, get in control here. Sorry, the page was loading. Ay, it's still loading. Ay. So I was hoping there would be a link to the original ones up in here. Maybe there is up top. But yeah, let's see. I think this link here. Yeah, Director 9, helming new Alien movie after all. This was old. When was this? 2015. Jeez. But here we can see some of the stuff he posted to Instagram. Once it loads up, I'm on a pretty razor thin Wi-Fi connection right this second. So these look great, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just probably loading from the top. Give it a second. Load it from the top. So what do you rank the Alien films? What would you say?
Man, it's not as easy as it sounds. I mean, it's going to switch between Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
As I see one more than the other. So like I just watched Alien, so I definitely want to put it at the top, and then it would be Alien. And then I would do Alien 3. And
Okay.
then I would do Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
And then I would do Alien Covenant, and then I would do Prometheus. I do like Prometheus a little more than Alien Covenant, but you know what it needed? An alien.
Yeah.
But it's kind of because I know he didn't really want to show an alien in that one, so it's kind of a hard. Like I do enjoy that movie for just being like, tied to the universe, even if it wasn't originally supposed to be connected, but sort of connected. So that would be my list right now. But like I said, aliens and aliens swap all the time because I'll rewatch Alien and be like, oh my God, this is it. This is how it's done. And then I'll watch Aliens and go, no, this is how it's done.
Yeah, I can't say that I would say anything different, honestly. I was really asking that question to stall time because when I sat down to do it, I was like, I bet he'll probably pick more or less the same ones, because I think the quality is really distinct in each film and not too hard to like.
And when I do say Alien 3, I mean the director's cut, not the theatrical version.
The Fincher director's cut. So what we're looking at here is this some of the earlier concept artwork that Neil Blomkamp had posted to his Instagram. So it
looks like a jungle planet, something.
Yeah, it would have been so cool. I love Neil Blomkamp. He's got a horror. We should start seeing something from his horror film here pretty soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what he's got in store. The little Oats Studios shorts, some of the horror stuff in that was pretty interesting. I think it was called Zygote or something. It had like one of the Fannings in it, maybe Dakota. But that was a pretty messed up, like body part creature. That was pretty cool. I really like that one from him.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched the studio stuff, watch them. They're cool.
Yeah, watch them. They're great. They're pretty cool.
I think they're on Amazon Prime right now too.
Yeah, especially if you liked the Love and Robots animations. The Oats stuff are really cool. Alrighty,
I can't wait for season 2 of that.
Now that we've gone through some of that stuff, it's really kind of a fast and loose gushing of Aliens. But if you haven't watched it anytime recently, now would probably be the time to go and watch it tonight. Get you some snacks and whatever you need to enjoy Aliens on its 35th day on Alien Day. So let's check out this quiz real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up.
I'm going to watch Alien 3 Director's Cut tonight.
I might do the same. Stoked. You might be hearing more about aliens from us very soon.
We're just going to change the podcast to Aliens Podcast.
Look at this website. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Dude, some of these are bad. I'll take some of these like horror ones just to, because they'll be like, how much of a horror fan are you? And it's like, I read it and then in my brain it goes, oh, I'll show you.
Only true fans can get a perfect score in this Aliens trivia quiz.
And I do. I mean, maybe not on this one, but the horror ones I can generally get good scores on.
Okay, so here we go. Anybody, keep an eye on the comments there, Matty, just in case anybody is going to help us out. I
got them pulled up. Jerry, where are you at?
Yeah. At the beginning of Aliens, Ripley's escape shuttle is found. How many years has Ripley been in hypersleep for?
Dude.
I want to say they said 56, but right here we have 57. I am dyslexic, so they may have said 68. It was first
Yeah,
question out.
to me, it's
We need a
between
lifeline.
57 and 68, but it might be 47 too. So
I'm
I
gonna
don't think it's
say
75 years because I remember it being
yeah.
an odd amount of years that you don't
I remember a 5 in there.
do it. I trust you.
All right, 57. Correct.
Yes.
Yes, all right, we got it. During the meeting discussing the destruction of the Nostromo from the previous movie,
Oh
the
my
cost
God,
the cost of the rather expensive piece of hardware is mentioned. How much was the M-class Starfreighter worth?
dude.
I
I
feel like I
don't.
have a pretty good memory. I want to say that 42 million in adjusted dollars.
I trust you. Do it.
All right, let's see. Correct.
Yes.
Keeps busting us down, but there's the read it and wheat proofs in pudding. People. I'm going to close this. It's distracting. What year is Aliens set? Okay, this one I don't
I don't
remember.
know.
I'm going to say 2179.
Do it. Nay.
Hey! All right. All right. What is the name of the spaceship featured prominently in
Number
Aliens?
3.
The
Wait, hold on.
Sulaco?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, I don't know.
Or is it
I'm staring.
Narcissus? Ooh.
I don't know.
The
I
name,
think
that's the
it's
one that the lady pilot is flying, right? Is that the
yeah,
referring to?
but they drop ship in, so I don't want to know because
Oh, right.
the thing that's getting me is the S1, Sulaco sounds the right one, but they say it
Uh-huh.
quite a lot, so I don't know if it's like the little ship that comes down that like this ship drives.
Yeah, I don't think it's the first two.
Now,
We'll go
I'm gonna.
Sulaco.
I'm probably wrong. Yes. Woo.
Oh, all right. Correctamundo. When the Colonial Marines awaken from cryosleep, which character says they ain't paying us enough for this, man?
Hudson.
That's an easy one. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, what?
Oh,
Drake says
Drake.
it. Okay, so Drake's the blonde one. He gets a pretty
Oh,
bad end,
gotcha.
but he's obviously in love with Vasquez, who
Yeah.
wouldn't be. She's a badass. Before the Marines meet the Xenomorphs for the first time, Gorman orders the team to not fire their weapons. Moments later, a character says, "What the hell are we supposed to do, man? Harsh language." Which Marine says this?
I assume it's Hudson because he says "man," but
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I like some of the characters because they meet their end so soon, and I
yeah.
don't get to love them as much as I should. You know?
He's speaking to Apone. I want to say it's Hudson too, and we were wrong about the last one, so I bet it is. Wrong. It
No,
was Frost. That's who I was going to say too. Dang it.
whew, we're doing
Frost is
bad,
the
people.
other
Where's our help at?
yeah. Frost is the other African American character, I believe, who he gets a pretty rough end to. In the first battle with the aliens, a Marine with a flamethrower is grabbed and picked up by a xenomorph. Which character is it? Oh man. I should have been paying attention. I was making the artwork for this episode.
I was working on some artwork for a friend.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and say
It's not Hudson.
Frost. Yeah, it's not Hudson.
No, Frost makes it a little like he doesn't have a flamethrower. He has the big, huge swivel arm gun that Vasquez has.
I'm
so it's
misplacing
Drake or Dietrich. Maybe Drake.
I want to say Drake.
Do it.
Oh, it was Dietrich.
Dang it. This is fun though.
All right, so we're not aliens experts. During the same conflict, a Marine shouts the iconic line, "Let's rock." Who says it? I think that's Hudson.
It's Vasquez.
Is it Vasquez? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Finally got one. All right, let's see our scores.
I don't care about those men characters. I know what the ladies is doing.
Yeah, we need a whole full female-fronted alien movie. Maybe not. Later in the same battle, a xenomorph explodes, showering a Marine with acid. Which character dies as a result of this? This is Drake gets acid. No, Apone.
It's Vasquez's friend. So whichever one that is, I think
it's Drake.
Do it. It's not Hudson.
Yeah. We got it. What's the name of Newt's doll? Casey, Rebecca, Charlie, or Cassidy?
I think it's Charlie.
Charlie?
I think it's weird because I think the thing is that she does call it like a guy's name, but I could be wrong. So
yeah, her name is Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
wrong.
Ah, dang it!
It was Casey. That's what I was going to pick. Ooh,
damn it! Should have listened to you.
When Ripley gears up to go and rescue Newt near the end of Aliens, what equipment does she not take? Location tracker, pulse rifle, motion tracker, probably location tracker.
Yeah, because she uses the motion tracker because of the beep 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 beep
Yeah, I think it's
Uh,
location. No, I shouldn't.
oh,
I should have gave it a
oh
second.
no.
What does she
Yeah,
forget? The motion tracker.
I
God,
know.
I'm mixing up what
Oh,
either of
that's
those
right,
do.
because she tapes it to the fucking gun. That's right.
Oh, damn
Dang
it.
it.
What is the last
I've
thing?
never been good at test people. I've never been good.
Yeah, me either. Especially multiple choice. I
Yeah.
guess what other tests are there? What is the last thing Newt says to Ripley before going into hypersleep at the end of the movie? Oh,
Did
that
she
one I
say
think I know.
affirmative?
She says, "Can I dream?"
Oh,
I believe because there's a whole thing about her.
yeah.
She doesn't want to dream.
I trust you. I think you're right.
Yes. Wait,
I
why did it
can't even
jump to?
see it.
It jumped to 57 years. What just
Oh,
happened? Hold
what
on,
was her
bear with.
score?
Oh no.
How bad of fans are we?
Oh, it says play again. Okay, so I guess we got
Wait.
6.
Out of 12, correct.
Not bad for a human. That's a line that Bishop says in the
Yeah.
movie. So
We're 50-50 on our aliens trivia. I mean, I feel
I'm
like there
guessing
could
we
have
got
been
that last one
some.
right.
I feel like there could have been some better questions, though.
Well, we fucking failed. Not
Yeah.
failed, but we lost a lot of them. Anyway, that's more
I
or
think
less
it's a
the
passing
aliens.
grade.
This is us celebrating Alien Day. We're going to come back here. What time is it yet? It is 8 o'clock now. I scheduled that out for 8:15. So here in about 10 minutes, we're going to come back for Superhero Slam, and we're going to talk about the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We're also going to talk about the last episode of Invincible, and kind of gear ourselves up for the final episode that's coming on Friday. So
Nice.
with that being said, I'll just run through our little end spiel here. Go join our Facebook group, facebook.com overly critical movie club. All our links are in like our bios and stuff on YouTube and Instagram. Go to all that stuff. If you want to follow us at Instagram, overly critical movie club. I'm STFN SNTCRZ, as well as at Wolfie Cruz Art. Matty is Old Beardo. We're also on Twitter at Ocha Movie Club. Go ahead and hit us up there. If you want to check out some of the merch we got some t-shirts over at TeePublic. Go ahead and search Overly Critical Movie Club. Our Threadless shop, there's that link there. You can also just search Overly Critical Movie Club at Threadless. We have a couple shirts there. I want to go ahead and thank Dan Crozier. He's a junior producer on our $3 tier over at our Patreon. Go ahead and check that out. We got a couple of fun incentives for you if you jump on. We also have a $1 tier if you're able to join that one and just want to do general support, as well as a premium membership that's about $10, but you can go check that out over here at our Patreon. I also wanted to pull up our YouTube real quick because we have a couple of new subscribers that I wanted to mention. Shout out. Let me just go ahead and pull it up on my phone because I don't want to.
Welcome.
Let's see here. We got Richard Santa Cruz. That's actually my father. He finally has subscribed because we cleaned our act up. He likes the production value now, and we're trying to cut our likes and our ums out, but it's tough. Old daddy papa.
I just get so excited about stuff, and I don't know how to form sentences.
Yeah, it's very hard, and we're doing it live, so I feel like we're getting better. I'm kind of trying to get better at switchboarding these pages and images and stuff, so thanks for bearing with us on that front. We also have YouTuber Mr. Snow. Thanks for the sub there, and thanks for checking out our channel. I wanted to make sure I got them because Mr. Snow has actually been subscribed here for a little bit, but I forgot to mention him. Sorry about that, bud. Go ahead and check out our first edition of the Overly Critical Classics, our Crow Deep Dive. That's at our YouTube channel. That's a real good one. We have another Overly Critical Classics we're going to rock out later this week, and that one should be coming to you pretty soon. What else?
But we're keeping it secret and safe.
But I don't want to mention it yet because in case for some reason we decide to change what movie it is. But I think we got a pretty good idea of movie.
Oh yeah, we're going to do it,
and I think you'll all really enjoy it. Go ahead and email us at overlycriticalmovieclub@gmail.com if you so feel like it. If you got something you want to mention to us that's appropriate through that means of communication. And we are super grateful that you joined us, and we love you. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off right now so we could get ready for our superhero slam. And in that one, we'll probably do like recommendations at the end of it or whatever. So this is Wolfie signing off.
Bye-bye.